Hello, all you crypto bros. Things are going as I predicted yesterday, making our way down to about 60K. Grayscale, I believe, is continuing to sell. And of course, people are fearful of the mighty Jerome Powell and what he's going to say to pwn the market. Yes, those are the two reasons that we're going down. But I have to say, there is about $8 billion in shorts, all the way up to 75K. So I would not be surprised at all if after this dump is done, I think like 60K, maybe upper 50s would probably be the bottom. That it basically starts liquidating those shorts as we pump up, and we go all the way above 75K. So there is a very good chance, I believe, that we end up at having above 70K, because I do think this is a temporary drop, very, very temporary drop. As soon as Grayscale stops selling, and when after Powell makes the announcement, I think people will be stopping with the foreshadowing, and something's really bad going to happen, because it's after it already happens, people tend to let up on it. I do think there will be a stock market dip and probably one last crypto dip tomorrow. 60K is still my target, maybe slightly less. But that's really where I'm looking right now, and it is dropping very, very hard right now as Asia wakes up. But talking about Asia, we have some very good news. A large Japanese pension fund, actually the Japanese pension fund, consisting of over $1 trillion, is looking at getting into crypto with part of its fund. And this is very big. This is actually the world's biggest pension fund. So unlike pension funds here that are administered by separate states or like by BlackRock or Fidelity, the Japanese pension fund is managed by the Japanese government. And it's basically all inclusive. Everyone's kind of lumped together. So that's why they have so much money in this pension fund. Now, they are looking for assets like gold and Bitcoin, and I think they will allocate some of their money to crypto sooner or later. Now, how soon? They're just conducting a study on it right now, so it might take until the end of this year or next year. But that just gives more fuel to the Bitcoin run going into next year. But I'm extremely bullish about this because it is like $1.3, $1.4 trillion that could actually be entering the market, not all in crypto, obviously. If we get 3, 4, 5% of that, that's still tens of billions of dollars. That just adds on to the stuff from the Middle East and the BlackRock Fidelity funds. And Grayscale can't obviously sell forever. I think that's going to kind of blow over in a couple of days. So this is extremely good news for crypto. And obviously, if Japan comes in, I think other countries are going to look at it too with their pension funds or retirement funds, and they're going to come in too, because right now retirement funds and pension funds are a problem for a lot of countries. People are obviously getting older. They're not having as many kids. So you need to actually pay out more without having the worker age people actually paying into these funds. So they're having a bit of trouble, and they might be looking for a lot of gains in their pension funds to be able to pay off these pensions in the future. So I'm expecting them to look at investment opportunities like this to help alleviate some of that burden. So yeah, they're looking to diversify, but they're also looking probably for higher gains to be able to pay off what they owe. And I think the USA eventually is going to follow suit, as well as other industrialized and even non-industrialized countries. So crypto is definitely having a new surge of money in. And this may actually make the bull run last a lot longer. But directly in the next few days, I expect to dip down to 60K, maybe slightly less. And then I expect short liquidations coming up and liquidating all the way up to around 75K, because there's mass amount of shorts, and whales like to liquidate shorts and destroy small retail investors. So I think that's what's going to happen. So there was a flash crash of Bitcoin on Bitmex, if you didn't know. I think around 2200 UTC, 2240 UTC yesterday. And for the 10-minute window between 2242 and maybe 2248, Bitcoin was around $8.9 thousand. There was some massive selling pressure, and Bitmex is investigating it. But we all know that Bitmex has been very shady before, including their CEO, Arthur Hayes. Been involved in a lot of shady stuff, at least purportedly involved in a lot of shady stuff. So I wouldn't be really surprised if the investigation doesn't turn up anything, because it was Bitmex themselves actually doing this. I think like exchanges are well known for manipulation. And hey, if they can pick up some Bitcoin at 8.9K and then have it return to 67K like a couple of minutes later, that's mad profits right there for the executives and other people as well. So not really sure about this. I mean, there were a couple of retail people that got buy orders filled at 8.9K, and those people are very, very happy. Now, I'm not sure if Bitmex actually reversed that because obviously all the other exchanges did not go down to 8.9K. They stayed happy and high up at 67K at the time. So Bitmex was the only one that went down to 8.9K, and that sounds very, very suspicious, which is why they're investigating it, but the perpetrators could actually be the ones investigating it. So I don't really think there's going to be too much coming out of the investigation. I'll be a little surprised if there actually is, if there's any reversals, but someone made a crap ton of money and there was heavy manipulation by a couple of large accounts, and they might actually belong to Bitmex itself. So wouldn't surprise me at all one bit. And you basically, for these things, you have to be at the right place, at the right time, looking at the right pairs. And it was basically when I was asleep, so I had no chance. Also, a lot of exchanges don't allow you to set limit orders like too much lower or too much higher than the price. So I don't know if Bitmex does or not, but if you're not able to do that, obviously you can't pick it up at 10K. You just have to be up at that time. I remember doing this thing on Coinbase and it wouldn't let me set sell orders like super, super high. Maybe because like they were afraid that people would take advantage of these glitches or these sudden pump and dumps. I'm not really sure. But yeah, crazy activity on Bitmex. So if you were waiting for 9K Bitcoin, that was your one chance to get it. But you had to be on Bitmex in the specific time frame of 4 or 5 minutes. And you had to be looking at the USDT pair because that was the only pair that actually triggered that. Now, it was a direct sell of like $56 million worth of Bitcoin to actually trigger that fall. So it was definitely some whale manipulation, whale activity. And it might have been by the exchange itself. Who really knows? Because it's really hard to say. So BlackRock has actually began asset tokenization. And it's with I think a fund that they're doing on Ethereum right now. So this might actually kickstart the RWA bull run soon. So the world's largest asset manager has taken the next step forward toward a single ledger, instantaneous settlement, and ending illicit activities in the view of Larry Fink. And they are using Ethereum right now. They filed a United States Securities and Exchange Commission Form D for BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. So it's a liquidity fund. They're using USDC right now. So like, these funds, these kind of things, they're going to use stable coins. It doesn't really matter like which chain they're on. USDC, we all know, is on multiple chains at once. So they're probably going to just like use USDC on multiple chains. But for right now, they are going with 100 million invested on March 4th, and they're filtering that out. And this one is on Ethereum right now. The fund will have 100,000 minimum investment and be offered by Securitize, a U.S. digital asset securities firm. So it's basically just a fund that they're putting on the Ethereum blockchain via USDC right now. The fund will be tokenized on the Ethereum blockchain with an ERC20 token called BUIDL. Not really sure if this is going to go on layer 2 or not. It could definitely go on layer 2, which currently has one holder and a $0 on-chain market cap, according to Etherscan. The website also indicated that the fund received a transfer of $100 million on March 4th. So they're getting this cooking, and like I said, this is the start of the RWA stuff. So if you're looking at RWA coins, maybe this is the one you want to look at. So basically, we believe the next step going forward will be tokenization of financial assets, and that means every stock, every bond will be on the one general ledger at this point. So we'll see what actually happens, it's pretty exciting times for crypto. Congratulations, BlackRock and Securitize, on the launch of the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. This is another great milestone for tokenization of assets. Securitize is registered as a stock transfer agent and an alternative trading system with the SEC. It has tokenized assets for asset manager KKR and Spanish real estate investment trust Masipi, as well as formed a partnership with SBI Digital Markets in Singapore. So yes, this is exciting stuff and definitely could kick off RWA. run for crypto, and I'm hoping to see some of those RWA coins come up, because so far their performance has not been that great in the bull market, but I'm not all that surprised. You know why? Because the performance of nothing has been that great in the bull market outside of meme coins right now. So that's what I have to say for today. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I will see you guys later.